is this? Are you kidding me? Good morning. Today is Saturday, May the 21st, 2022, and we have 5 days of school left. I am transitioning into my summer morning routine, and so like during the school year, I have like an abbreviated version of some of the things that I love to do in the morning. But I thought I would show you sort of like how I do my weekend morning routine, because it's very similar to how I'll do my summer morning routine once I actually get into that season, which is coming very, very quickly. As you can tell, I just woke up, haven't done anything, no makeup, no hair. This is just the real deal right after having got up on a Saturday morning. But this routine is very similar to what I'll do in the summertime. So although, there are going to be days in the summertime where I sleep in really late and days where I just pop out of the bed depending on how I feel. So Joe is at the school this morning. He is taking his praxis test, which is his certification test for his high school science certification. He was originally a history teacher, and then he added some middle school subjects, and he was certified up through 9th grade for science, but he never had his certification for high school, although he does have a K-12 certification for special education. So he was able to do that job this year, but then he had to get his praxis taken and passed before next school year starts. So he's working on taking that test this morning. We sent him to the school because the bandwidth is better there. We just don't really have the greatest internet here. Normally, Joe is in the habit of bringing me coffee in bed. And this started probably about 6 years ago or so, because he is such a morning person. During the school year, he does a lot of tasks in the morning, like around our house. And he probably does the bulk of the housework during the school year. As far as the day-to-day things, I will do the big cleaning, deep cleaning projects and or keeping things organized. When the groceries come home, he'll make sure that they get put away, but then I reorganize everything and make sure that we can find everything. I make the meals mostly, unless I'm really tired, and then I'll ask him to make one. But anyway, because he's up early and he's putzing around the house and he's doing whatever in the kitchen, usually he'll do dishes and things like that in the morning, because we're so tired at the end of the school day. But he will bring me my coffee, and that just has worked out really well because I don't wake up easily. So anyway, lately there's been kind of a joke about the coffee thing, because my sister posted this meme on Facebook, and it said something about how, every morning I wake up wondering who's going to get my coffee. And, she said, Charlotte's slacking on Joe. And I was like, no, he gets my coffee and he knows why that needs to happen. But then last night I got home late and I grabbed packages out of the mailbox, and one of them was this plaque thing. And I was like, what is this? But I didn't open it. It was labeled Joe. So this morning I get up and this plaque is sitting there on a coffee maker, and it says, I like my coffee hot like my husband. So I think it's this little jab at me, just a little bit. I don't really think he minds getting my coffee, but so today I do want to get a few little things done around the house, but I'm not going to spend a lot of time here because I want to get to my classroom. My goal this weekend is to get my classroom pretty well packed up. I know I have another week. However, students are only going to be in my classroom 2 days this week because I am taking the entire school on a field trip, but I'm taking them on separate field trips for their grade levels. So I was talking to my principal, and the way that our school system works, we have a small school, and our students are all on one campus, and there's just different buildings for different grade levels. So in our 6 to 8 building, we had our end of grade testing, EOGs, this past week, and that is finished. Retakes were Friday, so the next week is the last week of school, and we have the end of course tests, which are for the 9th through 12th graders in that wing. But the problem is we have shared staff, and we don't have a lot of rooms for pulling students who might need special testing accommodations. So a lot of times our pullouts end up being, some of them in our building, just because we don't have enough room in the other building. So we have to keep the kids super quiet, and it's the last week of school, and it's just ridiculously difficult. So one of the things we have done in the past is taking them outside. Last year we had kickball games that went on and on and on, and it has been so hot. And I'm just afraid like that our kids are going to get dehydrated. Like last year it was hot, but not the way it has been the last few days, I feel like. So I decided, hey, why don't we just take them off campus and do grade level field trips, and then the teachers who stay behind can do like their end of the year parties. And so we worked out a plan for that. So I'm going to be taking our 6th graders on Monday to the Dismal Swamp State Park, and we're going to do all kinds of fun things about learning about the ecosystem. Tuesday, I'm taking the 7th graders to the Wright Brothers National Memorial, and they are going to learn about forces in motion a little bit more hands-on, related to the invention of the airplane. Wednesday, we're having awards, and I'm doing class awards in the morning, and then our school-wide awards are in the afternoon. So I will be in my classroom that day. But Thursday, I'm taking the 8th graders to Dawson Lakes, which has a red wolf protection center. They recently reintroduced some red wolves into the population and are monitoring them to see how they're doing. And so it's going to be a great time for us to go and talk about symbiosis in the environment and protecting our resources, including our living resources. So that's my week. And then Friday is a half day, and then we're done. So all that to say that whatever I want to get done, like cleaning and packing wise, I pretty much need to get done this weekend. And then maybe Wednesday I can like finish it up a little bit. And I'm hoping on Friday I can do my paperwork so that the next week when I have teacher work days, I can just sort of like get a box together for the beginning of school. So yeah, so I'm going to spend a lot of time in my classroom today and maybe just try to make that fun and play a movie while I'm doing it on my screen and listen to music and, you know, have some of my favorite like snacks and drinks and just hang out there and make it a little party weekend. I like to have fruit for breakfast in the summertime or in the warm months. I really like to have fruit for breakfast pretty much year round. And berries are one of my favorite. They help with inflammation and they're low sugar, low on the glycemic index, so they don't spike my blood sugar in the morning and make me tired later. I don't really have blood sugar issues, but just trying to like balance out my hormones and watching your, you know, sugar intake at one time helps with balancing out your hunger hormones. So yeah. The dog is outside. I'm sitting in my favorite spot. My library that I made. Don't mind that mess over there. You know how it is at the end of the year, everyone. Let's get realistic. Like our housework, we're going to get it done when school's out. So yeah, I sit out here and there's some beautiful light coming through the slider there, and the dog is playing outside. And I just like to sit over here. In the wintertime, I sit over here and have a fire going, but yeah, it's a little that right now. It's gonna be 90 something today. It's like 95 yesterday. So I'm just gonna have a cup of coffee and I'm gonna watch some YouTube videos and then do my devotions and try to get a few things done around the house before I leave. So that's what I typically do on a relaxing morning.
in? Huh? Are you trying to come in with